Hello everyone, welcome to the channel update for January 2026. I hope you guys had a good holiday season, and I hope that 2026 will shape up to be a very good year for you all. As you can hear, my voice is not up to par right now. I have been given a cold. That was one of my Christmas gifts from the family, shall we say. Very annoying. That is the reason why there have not been streams of late, at least in large part. Um, I can do earlier in the day stuff, which is why I will have some recordings coming up while my voice is this bad. But later in the day, the coughing and sneezing and just general like feeling like crap catches up to me, and I get exhausted. The later it gets. So there have not been evening streams of late. We will be back for Spelljammer on Saturday, however. Um, previous lack of Spelljammer sessions were because people were sick before Christmas, and then someone was out for Christmas. So we just decided, we'll take it easy, get some breaks in, and we'll be coming back on Saturday for at least as of right now, unless people tell me that they won't be there and they haven't told me yet. But as it stands right now, that's the plan. I do expect to be back to streaming next week as well, although I think I'm going to take off Friday just to kind of rest up some more. The voice is better. Final Fantasy X videos recorded the other day, while my voice probably sounded worse, will be going live tomorrow, I think. And I basically just wanted to get enough videos to get to my next recording days for the games, so they're not full sessions. But we will be having some illness sounding me, sick sounding me, whatever. You know what I mean, for the next few days. Um, so that's for both Eiyuden and Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X's videos will start tomorrow. Eiuden's, I think, are Sunday, something like that. I don't know. Might be Saturday. I don't remember. Whatever. The point is that coming up, we'll have a little bit of me sounding terrible because I am sick. So always fun to get sick at the end of the year. I was really hoping not to this year. I thought I dodged it, and then nope. Oh well. So that's the main things that are going on right now. Of course, Final Fantasy X did start during the month. We are not even 20 some. Well, I guess we're just past 20 episodes in. Looking at that, we did of course start Dragon Quest II HD 2D as well recently. So those are both ongoing. Eiyuden Chronicle is probably going to go on for a little bit longer, well, a fair bit longer, at least another month, I assume. Still a lot left to go in that game, as far as I can tell. But I'm having fun with all of them. So I'm looking forward to more of those. And like I said, starting next week, well, hopefully next week I will be back to doing Lego streams as well. We'll be back to doing Dragon Quest 2 as well. I will hopefully be feeling a bit better, and a bigger thing is for my voice to sound better. If I'm still a little congested, I'm okay. If my voice sounds okay, I'll be fine with it. But like right now, I can't really do too many of my normal voices, so that's part of why I don't want to do that. I believe Briley Witch is all wrapped up now. I need to double check my playlist to make sure I got all the videos in, but I do believe that that is done on Zerfall's channel, and all of those videos are up. We have recorded some new stuff, but because of the holidays, we haven't been able to get together. So I'm not sure when the new game will be starting, but do look forward to that. It should be pretty fun over on Zerfall's channel. And other than that, it's just Lego and Spelljammer stuff going on with the channel. There is some stuff in February coming out that I'm looking at playing or streaming. I'm not sure what. It depends on when things finish up. But there is some new stuff coming out that I'm looking forward to. New releases, not necessarily new games. Let's put it that way. I don't remember offhand exactly what it is. Um, but I have them like around so that I can figure out what those are. I think there's two games. I think. Also, no release date yet, but there was an announcement for a another Dark Side Detective game. So when that comes out, oh, you can bet I'll be playing that because I love that game. I love that series, and I'm really looking forward to playing more of that. I know a bunch of you guys out there really enjoy those LPs as well. So I'm super excited for that. I'm definitely going to get that as soon as it comes out, and try to LP it as soon as it comes out too. Uh, Depending on when that is, it doesn't have a release date yet, at least not as far as I know. Last time I looked, so probably just sometime in 2026. I hope, and there'll probably be some updates to that too. They usually put out a few, like additional cases to do after the fact. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are as well. That's mostly what's going on the channel right now. Of course, for those who are not aware, I do have a secondary channel, AuldDragon VODs. If you could subscribe to that, I would really appreciate it. I cannot monetize these videos until it gets up to 1,000 subscribers, and it's not there yet. Right now, they almost have as many videos as subscribers. So if the rate keeps up, eventually every single one of you guys who subscribe to AuldDragon VODs can lay claim to a single video, and you can claim that as your own. Not that you get to keep it or anything like that, but you can just, plant your flag on it. Be like, Dragon Quest II HD 2D Part 17. That's mine. That's my personal video. That's the one that Ald created for me, kind of thing. Um, not quite. Actually, the ratio might not be that bad here on the main channel. 25.9K subscribers and 17,000 videos. Hmm. I put out a lot of stuff. It's a shame that I don't have more subscribers. But yeah, so that does get into a little bit about what's going on YouTube right now. My subscription rate has plummeted. It's bad. It is like the worst it's been since probably something like 2015. So like the worst it's been in like a decade. And I don't mean like a one-off month. Like everyone's, I have had like a month somewhere in there. There was like a month that was bad, but it was just a month. Um, right now it is consistent. It has been multiple months of really, really lackluster subscribership. Um, for a long time, I was always above 100. Like I've been above 100 subscribers consistently for over 10 years now. And lately, in the past half year or so, that's dropped below 100 consistently. And that's not good for the growth of the channel. I mean, it is growth, but it's not good enough growth for it to really stay viable for a lifestyle. This is the kind of growth that works as a hobby, and unfortunately, right now, this is what is paying me. So yeah, I don't know what the situation is going to be with YouTube. I would dearly love it if YouTube just eliminated the algorithm altogether, and you did not get served up videos afterwards. You have to go find them. I think that would actually be a lot better because the algorithm is not great. It has bad tendencies and stuff like that, and I don't think it's very good. And I'm not just saying that because it's harming my channel. It's harming a lot of people's channels. I don't know whose channels it's working for right now, but I'm hearing bad things from like everyone who does this kind of thing. So now I'm not like I definitely do not know people in every kind of niche or large section of like I don't know anyone in politics. the politics sphere of YouTube videos. Maybe those are doing really well. I don't know. But that's what I mean is like gaming related, fandom related stuff all seems to be doing poorly. So I don't know. Like that seems bad to me. Fandom related stuff. Like, should it be the best? I don't know, but it should be pretty strong. Unless you're talking about fandoms like you have a channel devoted entirely to the video game war in Middle-earth. Okay, maybe that channel wouldn't be doing so well. That 1989 game is fun, and it's good. I love it. I played it through it 3 times on the channel in quick succession many years ago, and it really surprised me the way that each of those playthroughs went. But it's not the deepest of games. It doesn't have all that many things to explore that you could make an entire channel about. So maybe if a channel like that isn't doing so well, but like general Let's Play content, um, especially like I got 17,000 videos. Someone who finds my channel and loves my content has so much content to look forward to watch, that they can be on YouTube for months and months and months without running out of stuff to watch. But the nature of YouTube is not feeding more, it's really not feeding many people my way. So I don't know. I don't know how much of it is changes in consumption. I don't know. But it's not great right now, and it's not great for a lot of people. So do what you can. If you like my content, if you like my videos, please do consider using word of mouth to share them around. If people are talking about a game that I've LP'd, and they're looking for content on it, please do give me a shout out, kind of thing. If you know people are, know of people looking for new Let's Play content to watch, send them my way. I would really appreciate that. And same thing with other channels that may not be doing so well right now. It does do a lot to spread the word around and get other people, in and viewing. In addition, for myself and for others in similar boats, this makes support through Patreon that much more important. Patreon or channel memberships here on YouTube, Twitch subscriptions, all of these things, even just like Super Thanks and Ko-fi, where it's a one-time thing, all of that really does help, goes a long, long way to make up for the losses that we will be getting here on YouTube. If YouTube continues its descent as it is, I may have to cut back on the YouTube content and do more streaming. I don't know. But that's... I mean, my Twitch channel isn't growing very fast either, but if I did more streaming, maybe it would. I don't know. Right now, neither of them seem to be doing great. I mean, they're holding steady, but they're not growing. And if they're not growing, then that's not great, because there's always an attrition rate as well. People who, lose interest, they it's perfectly normal. Interested in something for a while, and then it doesn't hold the same cachet for you anymore, so you're watching or doing other things. That's expected and normal. Same thing on Patreon, supported for a while, but now you're moving on to other things. So one of the reasons for needing high growth with the channel is because there's also that tail-on effect of getting more people into things like Patreon channel memberships, Twitch subscriptions, that kind of thing. And if the growth is slow, that means that there's a lot fewer people interested or willing to support through those other means. And a lot of times that can mean that those other means atrophy. Like a good example is Patreon right now. I am about $250 off my peak, which is almost a third. That's about 30% off of, like, I'm about 30% below my peak right now, which is not great. Um, you know, it's very worrying to me for the future of being able to continue this. As prolific as it is, I'm not saying that I would stop entirely. I would just might try to shift to other things that can put a roof over my head, and thus cut back on the content that's being created. So I don't know. It's a ways out before I need to make any decisions like that. But this is kind of the things that are where they're going and how they're going right now, and things that I'm worried about. So that's where we are there. So again, like for myself and for other content creators, streamers, that kind, please do see what you can do. If you can support myself or others with Patreon and channel memberships, share the videos around with people who might be interested, that kind of thing, really, really does help. And I want to thank everyone who has been supporting me, is supporting me, and has been supporting me for so long. Patreon subscribers are scrolling by on the bottom of the video. I really do appreciate all of you going above and beyond to keep food on my table and a roof over my head and videos coming out to you. I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you all very, very much. That's mostly what's going on right now. I don't want to speak too long because my voice is going to give out soon. I will need to rest it soon. But in lighter news and happier news, last year I did finish up my Monster Mythology project for Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition. And while I still have things that I want to do with that, I need to go through and do editing and revision passes and stuff like that, and I just need to find good time and headspace to do that. I find it a lot easier to just like to do the writing initially than the revision part. Because I tend to get pretty happy with how it comes out. And it's not the first time. Like I'm constantly revising things, which is not the best way of writing. I oftentimes am writing multiple drafts in the process, but neither here nor there. I still need to go back and do some revisions and look over things, see if I still feel the same way I did when I started that project. It did go on for 15 years. It was a 15-year project. So here's to another 15 years because I've started a new project. I am putting up the, I'm starting out on the Greek mythos for AD&D, writing up the gods there. Starting out with the Titans because I want to figure out what I want to do with them. Like I'm trying to get the material to match both common mythology, especially Hesiod. Hesiod had some of the best preserved of the mythologies, the origins of the various gods that we have. But he was also only one viewpoint. Other ancient Greek culture isn't just one monolith. There were lots of ancient Greek cultures, and lots of them viewed the gods differently and stuff like that. So I'm going to be looking at the various stuff, trying to figure out how to make them work together within the context of the D&D multiverse and stuff like that. So there's a lot going on there. There's a lot of moving parts on that part that I will be looking at and trying to figure out. But I did put up my first of the deities, Okeanos, the Titan, the eldest of the 12 Titans. And I'm going to be splitting up the deities into 3 different groups. So you've got the Olympians, which is the classic Greek, mythology that they worshipped. The Titans, which include the 12 Titans and all the primordial deities who are mostly just there in the written mythology, in the oral mythologies, as um, basically like literary figures to explain connections. Um, the of the 12 Titans, they almost certainly are 12 because of the 12 Olympians. So it's like a back formation. Koyos and Koias. No, Koyos and Krios. Sorry. They have almost nothing about them, almost entirely literary. Whereas Okeanos actually has some real mythology to him, um, although probably never actually worshipped. But he was fairly ever present throughout the Greek popular culture in a very background element, whereas most of the other Titans really did not. Koios and Krios just almost exist entirely as names. But given that this is D&D, I want to actually try to have them exist as deities, and basically it be a thing of like, these are the old deity, the Titans are the old deities. They've been overthrown. You will find them still, most of them now exist only as if you find ancient peoples that still worship them as a pantheon, or hidden secret cults within, a Greek D&D civilization, or a Greek worshipping D&D civilization, and they're going to be like the hidden, cults and stuff like that. A lot of them would be evil. Um, the first and second edition had them all 12 of them in Carcery, Tartarus, um, despite the fact that, in particular, Okeanos and his wife Tethys, neutral. They're explicitly not. They did not participate in the attack on Aranos. They did not participate in the Titanomachy, where the Titans were overthrown. They were not thrown into Carcery. In fact, during the Titanomachy, they took in the women, Hera and Hestia and Demeter, and raised them and protected them while the war was going on, basically, um, and became basically like, especially with Hera, became surrogate parents to her. So like, it's very weird to have him be chaotic evil in first edition and thrown into Tartarus for first and second edition when he shouldn't be. So that's the kind of thing that I'm working on. I want to like kind of get it to feel more like the actual myths and integrate it with D&D multiverse and stuff like that. So I started out with Okeanos in particular because of that, the fact that he really should not be kept there, and he is a neutral figure throughout all of this. There's a really interesting uh, dialogue between him and Prometheus in Aeschylus's Prometheus Bound. Um, so like, I'm trying to get all of that, and that's what I'm going to be doing with the Titans in general. So you've got the Titans, you got the Olympians, and then I'm doing the Roman mythology as like, I haven't found a better name for it right now. I'm just calling it the Imperial Pantheon. Um, and it's basically the Olympians with a few extra gods and a deified emperor figure who is like any emperor in a D&D world that worships them, who gets to be seen as a god, basically merges with this one particular entity, and all the worship is through them. So it's like a very multi-named nebulous deity who just represents all of the imperial cults that you would have in a Roman-style empire in a D&D world that worships the Roman deities. So that's my thinking on that now. It'll all be a while. It's another big project. I have like, on the deities and divinities section, a pretty big list of gods for the Titans and the Olympians and the Imperial Pantheon. And this is not complete by any means. I'm going to be adding more entries to it over time. Some of this is just, and I might remove some as well. I'm going to be just like figuring out who should be in there, who should not be in there. But right now, this list is primarily the main thing that I'll be working from, trying to put all those together. So I'm excited about it. If you're interested in Dungeons and Dragons and Greek mythology, go over and check it out. I will, of course, include a link in the description below. And that's mostly what's going on right now. So, no new series on the agenda for January. I'm pretty sure both Eiyuden Chronicle and Final Fantasy X will be continuing through all of January. Dragon Quest II stream may wrap up beforehand. I don't know. We'll see. So there might be a new stream sometime this month. I think there's post game in Dragon Quest II HD 2D though. So it would not surprise me if that does not, like, if we're still working on that at the end of the month. If we even get there. I don't know. I don't know how long it'll take. I'm playing it all blind as it can be for a game that I've played before in earlier versions. I'm enjoying it. We will definitely be back on Monday for that, and streams, of course, Saturday for Spelljammer and Wednesday and Friday for Lego. We will returning to that as well next week. Hopefully, I will be feeling a lot better. I'm certainly looking forward to feeling a lot better. And I want to thank again everyone who has been supporting me and watching all the content. Really, really does mean a lot, and I really do appreciate it. And let's hope that 2026 is a much better year than 2025 was. It's good that it is in the bin. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time. See you then, everyone.